Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pacific Coast Wrestling's Champions of the Coast. This is Matt Wintz. Tonight we have 5 all-star matches set up for you. We are going to come to you from Astoria, Oregon, home of the Goonies, and tonight home with some great wrestling action. Jake Wyman and Tariq Thomas, Jack Carroll will take on Fenino, Stan Christensen and Archie Crier, Danny Dazzler and Oscar Westrock, and in our main event, the man known as the Prince, TJ Aleister, takes on Anvil Kuroda. We'll be right back with our opening bell right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, our first match tonight as we are live from Astoria, Oregon, home of the Goonies. Oscar Westrock making his way to the ring to take on Danny Dazzler. Westrock got a big win. Our first show, Danny Dazzler lost last week against Adonis Frost. We have a heck of a show lined up for you tonight. Jake Wyman against Tariq Thomas, Jack Carroll against Fenino, Stan Christensen against Archie Crier, and time permitting, a main event, Prince TJ Aleister against the Anvil Kuroda. I have a little bit of a follow-up from the last week. As you know, one of the things that seemed to catch the eye of a lot of people was Brody Boyd interfering in a match between Typhoon Taylor and Kalua Kong. Apparently, Boyd and Taylor have had a falling out over the last couple of months. Initially friends, thought that they were coming to the promotion together, maybe to team or be together. Taylor seemed to sign a more, let's say, lucrative contract as he kind of positioned himself than one Brody Boyd. And this is just, it's kind of like a battle of hurt feelings. Next week, we have already signed Typhoon Taylor and Brody Boyd to square one-on-one just to see if we can settle things in the ring and not, attacks from the outside. Kalua Kong reached for comment, mentioned he had nothing to do with the attack. He wants to give Typhoon Taylor a rematch and said that, he may even have a bone to pick with Brody Boyd. So even though Brody Boyd seems to be, trying to make his way in the world, he might not be doing it the right way. Meanwhile, ringside action underway. Dazzler and Westrock go to the outside, both men back in. And now exchanging strikes in the corner. Dazzler gets the better end of the deal, but just barely hooks the leg, gets a 1 count. Westrock just fires back. Westrock blocks in a headlock. Both these men could be evenly matched on the side of technique, but Westrock definitely has the power advantage. Dazzler may be a bit of the speed. Dazzler also might be nursing a bit of an injury. He goes for his sharpshooter, but Westrock's able to wiggle out of it. The last week, in his match with Adonis Frost, Dazzler got caught in a Fujiwara armbar that I mistakenly thought was the frostbite. It was not. But Dazzler got checked out for what might have been a shoulder injury. But as you can see, he's back in the ring tonight. He gets caught and then gets caught with a knee drop off the top by Oscar Westrock. Westrock had a week off last week after his victory in the first show. Dazzler's trying to. It's a nice diving, almost lariat, and a drop kick. As I mentioned tonight, we've got a heck of a show. 5 matches planned. We'll see how many we get to. Usually we do get to enough in our time. If you are catching the show on any of our streaming platforms or video playbacks, we appreciate it. Trying to build a promotion from scratch with very little fanfare, and you following us and checking in with the action each week is much appreciated. Belly to back suplex by Westrock, taking a breather. Dazzler's up and he gets a high angle butterfly suplex. Goes for a suplex of his own. Dazzler's tried a couple times to lock in his sharpshooter. Oh, goes for a Huracan Ramen and just gets planted. Almost loses it. So the question is, maybe there is something going on with Dazzler's shoulder. Because he's trying to finish off Westrock twice with his key maneuver. Just can't get it locked in right. Belly to belly overhead by Westrock. The go behind. Half Nelson suplex. Another overhead belly to belly. Off the ropes. Big flying shoulder breaker. Went to pick up Dazzler. Dazzler hits an inverted top drop, runs the ropes himself, hits a clothesline run. Thought about running the ropes again, but Westrock gets to his feet. Belly to belly suplex again. Overhead style that really puts him into the turnbuckle. Those double underhook suplexes of Oscar Westrock. Electric chair German suplex. He arches it. Nearly gets the 3 count. And Westrock is just tossing Danny Dazzler around the ring. Hits a spear. Hangs him upside down. And hits a series of just shots into the legs and midsection. Before hitting a nice vertical suplex and Dazzler's on the outside. Suplex again. Jawbreaker by Dazzler. And he whips Westrock into the guardrail. That would have been a surprise if Oscar Westrock would have lost by counter. Went for another suplex, but this time Dazzler reverses it. Hits the running elbow. Ooh, both men went for something. Neither one coming up with the hit. Dazzler spinning neckbreaker. Both men throwing strikes again. It's a Huracan Ramen and starts stomping the leg. Working over the leg, maybe. Ooh, that jumping complete shot as he goes for a cover. 1, 2. He got him. Danny Dazzler pulls off the win, maybe the upset. Gets the pin on Oscar Westrock. And what a nice push for him. Fans, we will be right back. Welcome back, fans. Jake, the Wildman Wyman, and Tariq, Slow and Easy Thomas in the ring. The bell has rung, and both men are going at it. Both these men have so far not won a match here in PCW, so that, for at least one of them, could change tonight. I mean, double countout or time limit draw, notwithstanding. After the last match, Danny Dazzler celebrated his way back to the locker room, and Oscar Westrock seemed just a little disappointed in himself. So we'll have to see how both of those men bounce next week. Fans, we are nearing the end of January. Next week is our 4th show, completing our first month, which we are so happy to be a part of. But one of the things that I wanted to tell you about, as Tariq Thomas drops a fist and then starts getting chewed on, over the next month and a half, as we've been building towards the end of February, the beginning of March, we will start our tournament to crown our champion here in Pacific Coast. When the month of March begins, the 8 wrestlers with the best win records of the time will square off in a single elimination 8-man tournament. We figure it'll take through the month of March. We will have other matches scheduled, of course, all leading up to the tournament finale, which will be a 30-minute Iron Man match to crown our first champion. And from then on out, all title matches will be determined in a 30-minute Iron Man match format. So a win from either Wyman or Tariq Thomas tonight really could do some good things for them moving forward. Thomas with a nice clubbing forearm to the back of the head. Wyman with a nice slap, and he goes for the eyes. The Coastal Championship, as we have deemed our title, we wanted to set it apart from other titles in the business, so giving the fans an Iron Man match for every title defense seemed like something that would not only bring excitement but also push our wrestlers to be, ready to go at a moment's notice for a match that is not going to be just a quick and easy one for them. It's something that they'll have to work on. Wyman continues the biting to the dismay of both Thomas and the ref, but to the thrill of the crowd. Thomas goes to the outside, and Wyman hits him with a hip drop, and then a diving headbutt off the top, and he gets a 2 count out of it. Thomas with a takedown, gets kicked in the head. Wyman hits his running bulldog. 1, 2, no. Tariq Thomas kicked out of it. Hits a front chancery underhook suplex. Wyman might be wondering what he might have to do now, because that bulldog of his that he says he likes to end matches with, Tariq Thomas just full on kicks out of it. Thomas just continues to slam him and then gets thrown out of the ring. Thomas with a complete shot of his own. 1, 2. Almost saw the second straight match ended with the same move. Wyman with that front-facing drop kick. Thomas with that nice take of a spinebuster, and he misses the moonsault. Gets his head slammed into the knee of Wyman. Slammed onto the mat. Back rake. Nice belly to back suplex by Wyman. Kick to the midsection. Oh, 1, 2, 3. No! Tariq Thomas almost put Jake Wyman away with that move. Wyman goes up, diving headbutt off the top again. He goes for the 1, 2, 3. That one did it. Jake Wyman with the win, the howl, and puts himself in a decent position for the tournament. Tariq Thomas, though, comes up short. He might have to go back to the drawing board. Fans, will be right back. Welcome back, fans, to Astoria, our third match on the card tonight. Fenino making his way to the ring, the man of poisoned dreams. We saw him last in action week 1, pinned by Oscar Westrock. He's going on with the man who won our first main event, and a fan favorite all throughout Pacific Coast Wrestling. Very quickly, and that is the man known as Lumberjack Carroll, who, as I mentioned, will probably be joining me at times here in the announce booth to give a little bit of color commentary to the matches of PCW that he, of course, is not involved in. 20-minute time limit. Larry Thomas, still our PCW head and, well, only referee. And here we go. Both men lock up. Test of strength goes actually nowhere. And Lumberjack Carroll with that hard left hand. And just bowls over Fenino. Knee to the stomach. Stomp to the back. Fenino's trying to get a little bit of momentum going. Jack Carroll just trying to keep his momentum going with a dominant performance in his first match. Jack Carroll is a big dude, a lot of power, a lot of heart. And right now he's just stomping and punching away on Fenino. Big elbow. Fenino with a chop, and finally a knee to the lower midsection to take Carol off his feet once, and Carol just chucks him across the ring. Whip into the rope again. Carol just caught him in like mid-run and threw him somewhere else, and now he's just bending him like a pretzel. Fenino hits a cutter, and Carol just gets up from it. Fenino hits almost a desperation cutter. More power to him to take the big man off his feet, but it didn't work in his favor. Fenino seems to win the strike competition. He gets Irish whipped into the corner, and Carol with some hip thrusts. Big sidewalk slam. Ooh, a heavy knee right to the stomach and a double axe handle to the back. There's that pump handle backbreaker he likes to use. Drives Fenino right into his knee. Huge clubbing forearm. Gut wrench slam goes for the cover. 1, 2, no. Fenino kicks out and he's trying to pull Carol to the ring when he can. Carol just drives a knee. 3-point stance shoulder block. And another. Swing around backbreaker. A seated backbreaker over the shoulder style. It certainly hurts him. Fenino just kind of collapsed there. Whips Carol into the ropes, jumps over, and then gets nailed on the way back. Carol with a high throwing slam. Sidewalk slam as well. Fenino knows what's coming, and he gets body slam. Boot to the head. Fenino, desperation, forearm shot instead, eats another slam for his trouble. Throwing brainbuster. Fenino's to the outside. I don't know if Carol's just messing with him at this point, but he's doing it with a smile. There's that double axe handle. 1, 2. It's over. Lumberjack Carol. Second win. Big win. Crowd on their feet. Making a statement once again. That is that. Welcome back, fans. We are right to the action in the ring. Norwegian Muscle Stan Christensen taking on the curveball Archie Crier. Both men coming off wins in their debuts here in PCWs. Christensen in week 1 kicked off the PCW show. Crier last week with a win. Crier also showed a little bit of a mean streak as he attacked Austin Goff after the match. Both men in the feeling out process early. Christensen definitely going to have the power advantage, but one might think that Crier, he's just going to have a bit of the mean streak advantage. Christensen again with the slam and then the walkover. Bit of a flex, showing off his physique. And then a little bit of power as he just chucks Crier. Crier at the knee lift, goes for a cover. Not even a 1 count. Caught up with Christensen before the match, said he was really proud of his debut here stateside. Said he wants to show that he's not just all muscle. Keeping an eye on that Coastal Championship tournament that will be looming here in the next month or so. He knows that he's got to put wins together to kind of get a seeding for that. Crier, meanwhile, has made No qualms and no secret that he wants to hold a title. Right now, though, just getting lifted up and chucked, that ain't gonna do it. The mean streak that Crier showed last week after his win, something that's followed him from the football field. Christensen throws him to the outside. Oh, not jawbreaker, shoulder breaker by curveball. Got out of a potentially dangerous situation there out on the apron. Even though both these men undefeated in their first two matches, that could change tonight. That's the feeling out process early on in a promotion's time. Is that, talent wins one, maybe they lose one, you start separating from the pack a little bit. That's the option for either one of these two wrestlers. And we saw it earlier with Jack Carroll getting his second win, and a pretty dominant one at that. Crier with a couple of punches that just seemed to daze Christensen on the outside of the ring. Nice Samoan drop by Crier. Ooh, arm wringer into a short arm clothesline. Crier taking a breather though, and he gets catapulted by Christensen. Up on his shoulder. It's a heck of a move there, targeting basically the spine and neck. Nice hip toss by Crier. Crier's starting to look a little winded. The shots he's taken to the back, like running hell on his lungs. Big back body drop by Crier. Christensen down on the mat. Crier with another Samoan drop. Whipped into the turnbuckle. Christensen throws him almost over the turnbuckle to the outside. A little bit of a rebound short arm clothesline of his own. Crier clotheslines Christensen, gets back in the ring, tries to get a breather, but Christensen's right in after him. And go right to a throw of punches. Christensen flexes, nails a lariat. Headlock takedown by Crier. It's a nice suplex. And again, targeting the spine with it. Modified backbreaker out of reverse DDT position. Then that fireman carry off the rope, spins around into a suplex. Ooh, gut wrench powerbomb one. Christensen with the win. That gut wrench powerbomb drop. Crier back to shoulders and neck, and he couldn't kick out. What a match and contest. We will be back with our main event right after this. It is main event time for Champions of the Coast. Here in Astoria, Oregon, as Prince TJ Aleister makes his way to the ring. Aleister made his debut, show number 1, pinning Jake Wyman in a wild encounter, and now he's going to go one-on-one with the man from Japan, the one who defeated Kalua Kong on the first week, the Anvil, Kuroda Yatoki. Both these men looking again, like in our last match between Christensen and Crier, to kind of separate themselves from the pack. As we move toward the end of the month, some unofficial rankings will be released here soon. 20 minutes, one fall, here we go. And there's the bell. Both men lock up, test his strength early. Doesn't go anywhere though. Lock up again. And right off the bat, Aleister seems to drag Kuroda in with a move. Kuroda though gets to his feet, puts on a hammer block. Aleister with a punch. Kuroda with a go around, but Aleister breaks it. Aleister again trying to break it up, keep himself from getting suplexed. Reverses the Irish whip into the corner. Looked for a charge and then thought different of it as Kuroda stepped out. Both these two men are young talents. Aleister suplex to the outside. Kuroda rolls back in. Aleister really brings people in with that kick. And again, a suplex that sends Kuroda to the outside. Rake of the eyes. Admonishment by the referee. Kuroda again with the go behind, but it's too early or Aleister's just a step of the head. Whip into the ropes. Went for a flying forearm, but missed. Oh. Wrenches the arm, works the arm, goes right. The go behind, gets an elbow to the face and a drop kick. Inverted atomic drop. And belly to back suplex by Aleister. Aleister sneaks in a low blow. Kuroda with a roll up. Aleister with a stomp. Kuroda working the arm. Whipped into the turnbuckle and drop kicked. Aleister answered the back. Aleister saying that he is the champion uncrowned already. Big words from a young man with only one win. Both men just trading shots. And a little bit of no surprise as Kuroda gets the upper hand, but Aleister with a second low blow, and then he goes right into driving that elbow into the face of Kuroda. Aleister's just hitting low before the referee can even see it or step in. Kuroda with a hammerlock suplex as Kuroda likes to work the arm. Aleister off the ropes, went for a spinning heel kick, but he missed. Snap suplex though, and it goes to the top rope. Nice missile drop kick right to the face of Kuroda. Runs the ropes. Kuroda is up though. Front chancery elbow to the spine. Now goes for the leg. Kuroda's whipped into the ropes. Inverted atomic drop as Aleister continues to just basically attack the groin. Went for the inheritance, but Kuroda gets out of it. Twists on the leg, goes for a pin, gets a one. Just a right hook and a left elbow shot to the back of the head. Into the turnbuckle again. Kuroda with the suplex, and now it's Aleister on the outside. Quickly back in. Inverted atomic drop. Go behind, no. Spinning heel kick to the back of the head. Forearm shot. Aleister's just taking control of this match. Those little blows and just focusing right there. Goes for the knee. And again. A quick roll up one. Kuroda hooks him. Again, that hammerlock suplex. Blocks a punch, go behind. Aleister into the ropes, shoulder block takes Kuroda down. Kuroda with a drop toe hold. Kick to the head. Brings Aleister to the middle of the ring. Brings the ropes. Crucifix, 1, 2. Almost. Almost. And now it's another snap suplex by Aleister. Goes behind, and he hits the inheritance. This could be it. 1, 2, 3. TJ Aleister. Big win over Kuroda. Talk about a dominant performance, and very well could prove he's the man to beat. And with that, as he just pranes over the fallen Kuroda, fans, we are out of time.